You know what time it is. It's time to walk. And actually, I didn't even eat before this. I'm just doing some work, and I just like doing some work while I'm walking, or walking while I'm doing some work, whatever variation of that is the correct one. Today is Sunday. Did hot yoga today. Always love a good hot yoga sesh. So good. Let's see what's happening this week. Not much. No. I mean, it's not too crazy of a week, to be honest. We are now 24 days away from the Teamfflex cruise. We have decided, I really should have edited my last YouTube before I started this, because I have no idea where I left off, but we did start a mini cut. But if I'm being completely honest, it hasn't officially started because I didn't stick 100% to my macros this weekend. Which, you know, I just want to be fully transparent with that. I'm in my life season right now. One of the nice things about that is that you can kind of call audibles, you know? Like yesterday evening, we had a party for my daughter's ice skating, and the cheat truck brought our pizza, and I was gonna eat it. I really wasn't. You know, I had a great morning as far as adherence goes. Had a lot of my normal foods. Then I got to the party and, you know, had a little fruit and veg there. And I kind of just wanted, well, actually, I didn't want pizza. Brad was like, hey, do you want to share a slice of pizza? And I was like, you know what, if we're sharing, like, okay, sure. Like, let's share a slice of pizza. And then he comes over with two. He's like, well, I didn't want the small one. So I didn't want to touch the other one to get the small one, so I ended up getting two. And I'm like, okay. So I took a bite of that. And then they had like my favorite buffalo chicken dip. So I was like, shoot, I'm going to have some of that. So here too, let's talk about, I had planned at home 6 ounces of pork and some spaghetti squash. And I had a lot of extra fats too for the day. Like, to be honest, like I had a lot of macros. And I don't know where I ended up for the day. So there's a very good chance, like I was barely over what I had, because I didn't end up eating my dinner that I had planned in my little meal tracker. So anyway, ended up having like little bites of dessert. Like, me and Brad split dessert. We split a piece of cake, split a cookie. Like, me and Brad ended up splitting a lot of stuff, but also midway through the party, someone brought an Instant Pot. And you know me, I love my Instant Pots. I'm always like, what's in there? And there was this like pasta looking, like red sauce. It looked like there was some meat in there, and it looked like there was ricotta cheese. And when I tell you that I haven't had a real Italian pasta dish since probably the Teamfflex cruise last year, I am telling the truth, because I just hadn't. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a scoop of that, because that looks really good. And it was so good. So anyway, just want to tell you, it's life season right now. Doesn't mean we need to get sloppy, but it does mean that there is more flexibility. If I want to have things that are off plan, I'm going to have it, and I'm not going to feel guilty. I'm going to get right back to it. So that's that. And I hope you feel like that in your life as well. Like, obviously, if it's not making you feel well, then you have reasons to not indulge in these different things. To be honest, actually, I woke up and my back was quite cranky. And I was like, well, was that the food? And then actually, I was like, you know, hold on. I am cycle day 24, which, if you are unfamiliar with, God, I'm like still sweating from hot yoga. If you're unfamiliar with how your hormones work and all that, a few days before your period, there's a little bit more relaxin going through your body, which causes your joints to be a little bit more mobile, which can flare up joint pain. So I took it as that, and I took it also as the couple days before your period, which now we are 3 to 4 days before, can be a little bit more constipating, as we have talked about. So yeah, the movements haven't been as good, and sometimes when I'm backed up, I can just feel it in my back. So went to yoga, things are feeling much better. But yeah, so that's the update here. I will start my cut officially today. I'll be very interested to see how the progress goes, and I will update you guys day by day to let you know how it goes. So that's what's in store this week. Hello, beautiful people. It's Tuesday afternoon, 1:30. Wow, another one of those days that just flew by, but it's a good day. I have my Just a Fit model girl who doesn't even lift shirt on. These came in the mail, I think it was 2 days ago. But to be honest, I don't really wear real clothes a lot. I wear my workout clothes, and then I literally wear the bare minimum of clothing I can socially acceptably wear outdoors, because it's just hot as crap here. So yeah, I'm wearing this. I'm going to film some content. I'm going to do my makeup. I probably should have done my hair and my makeup before I hopped on here, but I was just super jazzed to talk to you guys. So the mini cut started. I never went over how many calories were chopped, and the answer is, I think 400. Let me see. I forget. I don't know what my numbers are exactly. I just know. Yeah, that math checks out. Cut 400 calories, boom, bang, pow. My carbs were cut by about 120, I think. Nope, sorry, was looking at the wrong number. 100. I think protein was upped. Let me see if I can go back to weigh-in. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I don't feel like finding that, if I'm being completely honest. So, thought I'd be super weak yesterday, but ended up getting some PRs. Today, I didn't necessarily get any PRs. However, I did get a max weight, which doesn't quite make sense. It's different. I didn't, if you know how this whole thing works, I didn't maximize the total volume of weight over time. I just lifted my heaviest. That's what it was, heaviest yet. So, well, that was cool. Energy-wise, I'm feeling okay. Oh, and I wanted to have a full disclosure. Yesterday, I actually ate a little bit over my macros because it was leg day. And I'm like going into this mini cut with the full, like, cognizant way of thinking of like, okay, if it's a leg day and I feel like I need more carbs, I'm just going to go for it, and I'm not going to feel guilt for it. So I actually ended up eating about 130 calories over my allotted amount. So I had like an extra scoop of jam after my workout, and then an extra plumsicle after dinner. Oh, those plumsicles. I'm down to my last one. I gotta get some more at Sprouts. But so scale today, flat. Like no movement, which is fine. It's whatever. Leg days are heavy, lots of blood pumping. And I'm 90% sure I got my period today, not 100% sure. So probably some water retention there. So usually the couple days after my period is just like whoosh, and I just drop a lot of weight. So we'll see if that happens. If it doesn't, that's fine too. I posed today. And so in the posing room at my gym, like there's an emergency light that always stays on. You know how that happens in like rooms and stuff. Then you can turn on all the main lights, and then they have like these like spotlights also. And when I went to the gym, there was this other beautiful, beautiful girl. She's gotta be a pro. I didn't ask because she was with a photographer. She's probably an Olympian after looking at her body, honestly. My gym has like a lot of very high level athletes that work out there. And to be honest, like even being in there, I was just like, I don't think I belong here. But I was like, you know what? I'm just going to stand my ground. I'm just going to pose in this little tiny corner and I'm just going to do my thing. And I was going over the posing and watching it. And oh, so what I was going to say is like the photographer was kind of asking about the lighting, like, oh, what's the lighting? She's like, oh, I think it's best if it's just this one light, the emergency light on, and like nothing else. And when I pose, I usually keep all the lights off. The emergency light is on, but I've been using the spotlights, like kind of like stage lighting. And like, I kind of like how that looks. But then today, when I was posing with all the lights off, except for that one emergency light, I was seeing like some shadows that I have like not never seen before, because I've seen them before, but I've never seen them at this weight. So it's like, I think she's onto something. So I think tomorrow I'm going to pose like without any lights on and see how that looks. I didn't get to do as much posing as I wanted to, because again, I just didn't want to, like they're filming stuff and photographing. I felt bad even like before I even went in. I was like, hey, is it okay if I'm in here? It's totally fine if you guys want the room by yourself. And they're like, no, it's fine. But I just was like, I just want to go. So I will do some more posing tomorrow, of course. I'm trying to pose like every single day. And it's been pretty successful, except for the weekends. I don't pose on the weekends currently. Just because, you know, a little bit of a break is okay. I am mostly posing in my... Sorry, I've had a brain fart. My Roxy Olympian 2.0s, I think they're the shorter heel. But I have been posing in my socks. If you see any of my videos on Instagram, you will see I'm kind of breaking a rule by posing in my socks that I have. I'm always like, don't pose in your socks. But those shoes actually are way too loose without the socks. So without bringing my other shoes in, which I like to keep my other shoes home, although I probably should bring them in. Let's be real. I probably should start bringing them in. But I also don't want to really stretch them out, because my other 2.0s are the strappies. And as I've been saying on this channel, the 2.0s are just like a whole different ball game compared to the OG Olympians. I should bring my OGs to the gym sometime and see how that looks. I was taking them every single day and posing, and maybe I'll do that. But then I have to remember to do that, and it's probably not going to happen. We'll see though. We'll see. But yeah, that's my update. I'll keep you posted. This whole week's video will be a week's worth of cut. We're going to move the photo shoot to this upcoming Friday, but it's an outdoor shoot and it's just gonna be balls hot Friday. So next Wednesday is looking better. So tentatively next Wednesday. We just gotta get this dang shoot done, I'm telling you. So I would have, you know, documented that, but it doesn't seem like there's gonna be a photo shoot this weekend as well, which is fine. Like, the more time for this mini cut, the happier I'll be with the pictures probably. But I am, like, again, slowly but surely, the prep goggles, they're starting to lift. Starting to see things a little bit more clearly, but we'll see. All right, I'll keep you posted. Hello and good morning. It is Wednesday. We are on officially day 3 of the mini cut, unofficially day 5, or I guess the other way around. But basically what I'm saying is I only started following the mini cut. I mean, technically, if we want to get real technical, I only started following it yesterday. However, we have that caveat that on leg days, if I need to eat a little bit more, I am going to eat a little bit more, because overall gains is the goal. And I gotta tell you, man, Ooh, yesterday I took this picture. I posted on my story on Instagram because I was just like, I am so proud of this. Like, it's only been almost 8 weeks, maybe 7, I forget, post show, but like I do feel like my body is really enjoying this bulking phase, if we can call it that. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And so today the scale was down a pound. I thought I was getting my period yesterday, but I don't know. I think it's still like trying to come. Anyway, we'll see how that goes, and I'll update you as that happens because, you know, why not know everything about my menstrual cycle here? But what I was going to say is that yesterday, like, I was honestly feeling like so exhausted. I don't usually get like afternoon fatigue, but for real, I was on the way home from my kids' dance at like 7, and I was like, I feel like I could go to bed right now. And so a few things that were unusual yesterday, that it's crazy that I still woke up like a pound lighter today. One, I did not get all of my steps in yesterday. Because I was so tired, we did not go for our evening walk. We also have a passport appointment for my kid today. And so we were kind of getting things gathered up for that instead of going for a walk, which is no excuse. We probably should have. But honestly, I was just trying to listen to my body and not just be like a freaking brute about it, because I know there's some nasty stuff going around. And I don't want to catch any of that anytime soon. So I'm not going to push my body past limits. So I didn't take my evening walk, which is about, I would say like 1,800 steps. And then I only got a half an hour on my under desk treadmill because I was filming so much yesterday. I can't walk and film. I can walk and work all day, but I can't walk and film. So and I spent 2 hours at dance, so that kind of took up a lot of that time, although I did go for a walk around the grocery store, maybe made up some steps, but not anything. So 30 minutes of walking is probably about like 3,000 steps for me. So I was probably about 4,500 steps under my count. So I thought for sure like I wouldn't lose any weight, but I did. I also ate after dance. I think last week I was talking about how I usually eat all my food before dance, so that way I'm not eating later into the night. But yesterday I just did not have time for that. I ate my dinner, like a big part of it, before dance. And then after dance I had an apple with powdered peanut butter and a scoop of this strawberry jam that I've been jamming on, pun intended. And that was at like 7:15, 7:20. So like between the lack of steps and the later eating, I thought for sure like I'm not going to see any movement in scale. But we lost a pound. So, and we are still like waiting for a period. So anyway, I'll continue to update you on my mini kit. Oh, and the other thing I want to say too is that I am still very much so eating dairy this week, and I'm eating a lot of dairy this week. Normally I only have dairy like 1 or 2 times a week, but I have this, is it a quart of milk? 2 quarts, half gallon container of milk that I bought that was going to go bad. So I made a bunch of creamies with it, with some Gains in Bulk protein powder. Gainsbulk.com/Kaylene15 saves you 15%. If you want that link, just let me know, but it is usually in the descriptions as well, whatever. I love their strawberry flavor is insane. Their chocolate is great. Their cut cake, the cake flavored, is like probably my least favorite, which is weird because I usually love everything birthday cake. But I did make one of those yesterday with a powdered peanut butter. So we'll see if we can get like a peanut butter pie taste out of it, which is what I do sometimes too. So I'm interested to see, once I run out of the milk and the creamies, I'll probably go back to like not having dairy. And I've been using some seasonings that have dairy in it, like the Kinder's butter this, butter that, only because I'm like, well, I'm already doing dairy. I just need to get rid of these seasonings because I don't want them to go to bad. I hate wasting food. So this is week 1 of mini cut with dairy. I will be interested to see how week 2 of mini cut goes without dairy, because I feel like we'll definitely lose some there. So anyway, I gotta get going. Talk to you later. Hello and good morning. It is Thursday now. So we are on official day 1, 2, 3, 4 of my mini cut. But yesterday was a leg day. I don't think I went over my macros. Let me check real quick. I think I hit them pretty spot on, because honestly, my hunger, oh, thank goodness, has finally like plateaued. Yeah, I actually had 53 calories to spare. So one would think that the scale would go down. However, it did tick back up again, just like 0.2 pounds. I did not hit my full hour on my treadmill again. Yesterday was a crazy day. We had to get my kid's passport renewed. So I only got 45 minutes, I think. I think it was only 45. Did I get my hour? Hold on, I'm trying to check. No, I only got 45 minutes. And then again, we didn't go for our evening walk. My kid has been wanting to watch a new show, and it is really hot, and Brad just did not want to go on a walk with me, and I could have gone by myself, but my kid wanted to watch Wednesday, and honestly, I wanted to watch that episode with her because I was not getting a vibe that it was like a super kid-friendly show. So I don't know. I still don't think it's a kid-friendly show. We'll see. We haven't watched the full episode. I'm not a huge fan of it for her. I was telling Brad, I'm like, if that was just you and me watching it would be fine, but I don't love her watching this, but maybe I'm just a mean mom. So today I will get my 1 hour of steps. The other thing yesterday too was half day Wednesdays. So half day Wednesdays are always a little chaotic. Getting my steps in. So what's gonna happen today? I'm gonna make Brad go for a walk today, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Tomorrow is official check-in day, so we shall see. But either way, I'm not discouraged about the scale going up today. I think maybe officially my period came today. I'm not still sure. I won't know. I use a cup, so it's like I stick my cup up there. Not to be graphic, but then, you know, like the past 2 days I've pulled it out and there's been like nothing in there. So, and if you don't use a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc, let me tell you, that's, you know, it's life-changing. Basically, you can keep that in for 12 hours. 12 hours, not like every 2 hours, like tampons, and not to mention like the lack of the heavy metals and such in there. So if you are still a tampon user or a pad user, come to the dark side of reusable menstrual cups and menstrual discs, and you'll thank me later. It's a little bit of a learning curve, but definitely worth it. Alrighty, we are back from the gym, and I just finished my official last creamy. Sad day, but gosh, that was delicious. So I made 1, 2, 3, 4 creamies, I think. Yes, the first day was Gains in Bulk chocolate brownie with 240 milliliters of A2 2% milk, which is 1 cup. I work in liters. I'm a metric system girl. Let me just tell you, the world needs the metric system. Fight me. Fight me. As a former scientist, metric system is so much better. Anyway, there goes my little rant on that. Yes, okay, so that was that one. I made another one which had a half scoop of the chocolate brownie and a half scoop of the strawberry. So it was like a strawberry, chocolate covered strawberry. Delicious. Then I made a third one that was the cut cake. Did I tell you guys about this already? I can't remember. Cut cake, 1 cup of milk, and I mixed a scoop of the powdered peanut butter in there. And that was yesterday's, and that was really good too. And then today was the just strawberry one. And I don't know why. I saved that one for last. For some reason, I thought it wouldn't be the best. Maybe subconsciously, I knew it was going to be the best. And so I did that with like 8 grams. I was going to say a handful of freeze-dried strawberries. Like I didn't measure them, but I did. 8 grams of freeze-dried strawberries. And oh my gosh, just had like a love affair with that creamy. So good. All of those gains in bulk protein powders you can get. Link is, actually, I guess it'll be down here. If you want to support me, gainsinbulk.com/CAILEEN15 will get you 15% off. My personal hierarchy of their protein powders, I have first place tie. The chocolate brownie and the strawberry. I can't pick which one I like better, and don't make me, because they're both so good. And then below that is the cut cake. The cut cake used to be the only flavor, so it was my favorite. But they've just really outdone with themselves, like especially with the strawberry one. Here's the background. Excuse me, I just got done. Oh God, that purple's so good. Tasty. Anyway, background with me. If you know my background, you know I had like a love affair / obsession with protein powders. And this is like 9 years ago. Quest Nutrition was in their heyday. It was like the main, like everybody just had Quest Nutrition and this and that. And so they had a strawberry milkshake protein powder. And I got that a couple times and like, I don't know, I just kept on getting it. I guess I had low standards. And so when they launched the strawberry flavor, I was very sketch of it, very sketch. And I'm so grateful that Zoe had given me a sample packet, because I think I don't know if I used my sample packet to make that dessert. I made like a strawberry mousse, cream cheese recipe. It's on my Instagram. If you need me to send it to you, just write it in the comments and I'll send that to you, the recipe. I can't remember if I tried it separately before that or if I'd bought the protein powder after. Either way, I tried it and I was like, because she had told me, she was like, this is maybe my favorite flavor. And I was like, oh, I don't know. I haven't bought it yet because I'm like scarred from strawberry flavored things. And she's like, yeah, no, I know. I was the same way. But now it's like my favorite. And so I'm so glad Zoe convinced me. Because yeah, it's like tied for first now. It's so good. So good. Anyway, so tomorrow I'm going back to no dairy, which means I'm going to cut that out. I've been also doing this like Asiago everything but the bagel seasoning on my veggies and my starches. And that's been really delicious, but I'll cut that out. And it will be interesting to see with those removals of the dairy if I end up dropping weight crazy, or maybe I don't. And like literally, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just so at peace with things. And I know you're probably getting whiplash, but that's just life of a competitor. I'm like, I've got these like financial goals, which involves having my people go pro. Like I am okay taking a seat on the road to pro to help my people go to pro. So that's going to be the voyage from here. And with that, I mean, I'm still going to be busting my butt every day. Do not get me wrong on that. But I'm very serious when I say that I might not even compete until at least Masters Nationals next year, maybe even just NPC Nationals in December, because I was thinking about it today, and you know, everything is situational, but I remember like reading that they're like, oh, for as long as you're in prep, you need to be in improvement season. Well, guess what, fam? I was in prep for like a year. I don't know how. I mean, I do know how. It was way more sustainable prep because it was fit model versus, you know, bikini. But like towards the end of it, as we all know, it's getting harder and it's just about bikini. So the prep definitely got a little bit more challenging. So I'm going to take some good time off, make some insane gains. And with that, spend a lot more time. I mean, I'm already, like, not to pat myself on the back, but I'm a freaking good coach. Like, I care. I know what I'm talking about. I've invested in myself. You can see behind me. And I continue to invest in myself because I don't want anybody to be more knowledgeable than I am. And with that, we are going to kick some ass this year. We, a royal we, as in my people, are going to conquer. So watch out, NPC. Team Kayleen's coming to get ya. Good morning. It's Friday. Actually, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So good afternoon, friends. It is Friday, and it was check-in day. And I dropped a little bit again. So I went up, I went down. I went down, I went up, I went down again. Which is cool. Again last night. Well, first of all, I think I did get my full hour on the treadmill. Or maybe I got 45 minutes again. I can't remember. However, then I tried to go for my after, I don't even know how to check. Let me see. My after dinner walk. And there was like this giant dust storm that was blowing through. And even so, like, Brad looked at me and he's like, are we really going to do this? And I was like, yeah, we're fucking going to do this. Because I wanted to get my steps in, dang it. But, like, I legit, my eyeballs were, like, dying. Let me see. We walked for 16 minutes, which is actually, how much? I think our normal walk is 18. So we did pretty well for it being, like, literally being sandblasted in the eyeballs. Oh, I was really regretting it when we went, but I was like, I need to get my steps in. So I think I checked most of the boxes. Yeah, our normal walk is like 17 minutes. So we checked enough boxes yesterday and the results came. Today, got my morning walk in, of course, and then that's what I was gonna say, sorry. Krispy Kreme donuts happened. I think I mentioned earlier this week about the Krispy Kreme donuts, the Hogwarts ones. My kid's a big Harry Potter fan. And she didn't even know about these donuts because she's not really on Instagram. But I saw these donuts, and normally I'm not into all that craze, but I saw the Gryffindor one was a cookie butter one. So I was like, I tried to go actually on Wednesday, and the Diet Gods told me no because they were sold out. And it was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'd mentioned it to Bradley. And if you need to know one thing about Bradley Walker, he is a donutaholic. Maybe in his past life, I guess. He's been better. But I completely forgot, and I had talked to Brad about, he was like, oh, maybe Friday I'll go after the gym. And I forgot about it. And I came in I was standing outside with the dogs after my cold plunge because I was cold. And I come inside and I see that he bought a dozen of donuts. When I was going to go on Wednesday, I was going to get the 5 donuts. I was going to get the sorting hat and then all the 4 houses. Taste test them. Figure there's 3 of us. If we all split it in quarters, like, we end up not eating a lot of donuts in the end. But Bradley had other ideas. So I was like, fudge, Brad, why did you just buy a dozen donuts? And he said, well, the half dozen was $20, which, what in the fudge? And he's like, they said the full dozen was only $2 more. And I was like, okay, but we're not keeping all of these in the house. So Brad and I shared 2 donuts worth. We had halves of each. Does that math add up? Yeah. The Gryffindor donut. I would get like a whole dozen of those donuts. It was so good. It was so good. The rest of them, I was a little disappointed in the brown butter toffee. The Slytherin one was okay. Nothing to write home about. And the Ravenclaw one was okay too. He didn't get the sorting hat, so he's fired. So we don't know what house we belong to. But I guess we'll survive. Or maybe we'll go to Duncan again over the next week or so. Not Duncan, Krispy Kreme. Anyway, literally 20 out of 10 on the Gryffindor. All the others, 5 out of 10. Doesn't matter. Anyway, today was leg day. So I ate the 2 donuts, went to work, ate my overnight oats, went to the gym. And actually I stopped. So the rest of the donuts, I was like, I cannot have those donuts sitting in the house. They're too easy to just pop in the mouth and eat. And so I texted my sister who has 2 little boys and I was like, hey, because she's trying to be on the healthy train too. And I didn't want to just offload donuts to her. And at that point, there's only, Nora saved 2 for herself. She saved regular glazed. And my kid is so good. She ate half the Gryffindor donut. And she was like, yeah, I'm good. And then she's like, okay, I want to eat this one and this one. And I thought she meant now she wanted half them. She's like, no, I'll eat them later. I'm good. And I'm like, dang. This is what's great. Obviously we keep a lot of healthy foods in the house. And we eat a lot of healthy foods. But it's not like I restrict bad food. We almost always have Oreos in the house. We actually don't right now. We're in an Oreo lull, which is fine. But because we have, my kid knows what's good for her. She knows it's okay to have a little bit of fun, but she knows what's good for her too. So she self-regulates herself. She had a couple bites. She's like, I'm done. And I saved the other 2 for her and I boxed up the rest. I think it was 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 donuts, maybe a half dozen for my sister. She has 2 boys. They'll eat it. She has a husband. He'll eat it. Anyway, but when I went to go drop off the donuts to her, she gave me the Werther's caramels with maple inside. Those are solid 10 out of 10. I wouldn't say 20 out of 10 like the Gryffindor donuts, but 10 out of 10. And then her husband made some pulled pork. Excuse me. And so she's like, hey, Jacob made this really good pulled pork. I don't know if I was really hungry last night or what, but I want to give some to you. So we had talked on the phone before this, and so I brought an ice pack. And so I dropped the donuts off. She gave me pulled pork and Werther's Originals. And I put the pulled pork in my lunchbox and went to the gym. Anyways, I say this because my macros are fucked. My fats are toast already. And here's how I'm going to navigate this going forward, because a lot of people, I'm treating today as a refeed day, but not going crazy. And it's kind of a foreign concept for people. So I am going to continue the rest of the day and limit my carbs and fats and just basically eat protein. So for the rest of the day, what I have planned is yogurt with protein powder. So I'm obviously still doing dairy today. And then for dinner, I'm going to do some Miracle noodles I've been holding on to, the egg-based ones, because they have 10 grams of protein, and usually I have too much protein. And then I'm going to do some chicken, and then I'm going to do, what else did I have? Oh, some artichokes and some asparagus. So very voluminous. I might not even get to the asparagus because honestly I have to air fry it, and sometimes that just takes forever, and we have to go to dance at 6. So I might not have the thinking ahead of doing the asparagus, and it will be fine. But anyway, so instead of just saying fuck it, fudge it, and just, let's go out to eat tonight, whatever, I'm just continuing on with the day. And I think that's important because I think sometimes it's hard to do that, you start, and I don't know whether it's harder to start the day and then keep it reeled in, or start the day strong and then a lot of people lose it during the night. I feel like I'm easier if I just have it during the day, in the morning, and it's okay, I got my crazies out, I can get back to plan. But anyway, 8 minutes to tell you that's my plan. Maybe I'll end this here and we'll start a new week. I don't know. We'll see what I end up doing. You know what? Yeah. I'm going to end this here. I'll have the weekend. I'll have a photo shoot on Wednesday. I'll update you tomorrow on how the scale is looking with my refeed-ish day. And then I want to tell you too, everybody, all 5 of you, I think after the Teamfflex cruise, I might just stop doing this. I don't know. You guys tell me. Like, are you getting value from this? If you're not getting value from this, it's fine. I just, I want this to help people in whatever way. And I don't know if maybe me just yapping at you is helping anybody. So you let me know. If you want me to continue, I can continue. But if not, I'll probably channel these types of talks either to Instagram on my stories, or I might start a TikTok or continue the TikTok that I started. So anyways, hope you have a great weekend. Bye.